Hello everybody, this is Mr. McNair, and this is a small review over the questions from the Chapter 5 portion of the review packet that I handed out. Here are the answers to the first problems from the review. You can pause it if you need to check through those. All right, I'm going to go through just some of the questions that we had on that review packet. Not all of them, just some of the ones so that you can get a general idea of problems just in case you need to refresh your memory. So this first one, tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the given system. Well, first of all, you should remember that every ordered pair is an x value and a y value. And for an ordered pair to be a solution to an entire system, it has to work in both equations, meaning when I plug these values in, x and y, when I plug them in for x and y respectively, they work in both equations, okay? So let's go into the first equation. So we have x is 9 minus 4y, y is 2. We want to know, does that equal 1? Well, let's try it out. So we know 9 minus 4 times 2 is 8. Does that equal 1? Yes, so it works in the first equation. Let's try the second one here. 2x, 2 times 9, minus 3 times y. Does that equal 3? Well, 2 times 9, that's 18, minus 3 times 2, which is 6. Is 18 minus 6 equal to 3? No, it's not. 18 minus 6, that is 12, and 12 does not equal 3. So therefore, 9, 2 is not a solution. Okay? Next problem, number 7. Solve by substitution or elimination. Um, when you're solving by substitution or elimination, I would look at it and say, okay, well, first, is there a variable solved for? If there is a variable solved for, I would go ahead and use substitution to solve. If not, I would go ahead and use elimination. The questions that I ask myself using elimination are, first, are the variables lined up under each other? Here they are, x's, y's, and the equal sign. That needs to be lined up as well. Next question, if you add down, does anything automatically eliminate or cancel out? Well, neither the x's nor y's do. Therefore, I need to make something cancel. So let's pick a variable. Let's say the x's. What cancels with a positive 2x? A negative 2x. So that means I should multiply this bottom equation through by negative 2 to make it cancel with that positive 2x. So the top equation, I'm just going to leave that the same. I'm not even going to bother that. The new bottom equation, after I distribute that negative 2 into the parentheses, is negative 2x plus 4y equals positive 2. Now, I add down. These cancel here. Y plus 4y is 5y. 3 plus 2 is 5. Get y by itself by dividing by 5 on both sides. We find y equal to 1. Now that you know y is 1, you can take that 1 and plug it in for y at any point in the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in to the y there. All right, I didn't have to plug it into that one, but I just chose that. All right, so if I plug it into that one, I will get 2x plus y. We know y is 1 equals 3. Now let's solve for x. Get x by itself by subtracting 1 from both sides. You get 2x equals 2. Then once again, we get x by itself by dividing 2 on both sides, and we know x is now 1. So we have that x is 1, y is 1. So the solution is 1, 1. All right, remember, ordered pairs go x first, y next. All right, this one, again, we're solving by substitution or elimination. Here, however, we have a variable that's solved for. Y is by itself. So I would go ahead and use substitution on this one. When we substitute, we simply substitute the value that y is equal to into the other equation. Y is the same thing as 6x minus 1. All right, so in this equation, I'm just going to rewrite it with the new value for y plugged in. So 6x minus y. And what is y? Y is all of this right here, 6x minus 1. So 6x minus 1. And then I'm going to bring down that equal sign, equals 1. All right, now, when you have anything outside of the parentheses directly attached to it, besides a positive sign, a plus sign, you're going to need to distribute into the parentheses. That minus sign needs to go to both the 6x and the -1. So the 6x, we're going to bring that down. This 6x here is going to become negative 6x. This -1 is now going to become a positive 1. And then I'm going to bring down that 1 over here. Now notice what happens here. 6x minus 6x, that's 0. Those cancel each other out. So we get 1 equals 1. When all of the variables cancel, when there are no variables left and you are left with a number equaling another number, or another number equaling itself, that means one of two things. Either we have no solutions, or we have infinitely many solutions. The way that you tell is that if your last statement is a true statement, then that means that there are infinite solutions. And infinite solutions means that if I was to graph both of these lines, this line and this line, those two lines would be coinciding lines. They would be right on top of each other. They would intersect at every point. Okay? If it came out to be, just hypothetically speaking, something like 1 equals 11, this is not a true statement, and then that would be no solutions. Okay? That's not the problem that we have here, though, so we're not going to worry about that right now. All right, good. Next, I believe this is the last one for this chapter. Number 11, a sporting goods store sells right-handed and left-handed baseball gloves. In 1 month, 12 gloves were sold for a total revenue of $528. Right-handed gloves cost $48 and left-handed gloves cost $36. How many of each type were sold? When you're doing these problems, you're going to go ahead and set up a system based on the number of gloves sold and the cost of the gloves. So we've sold a total of 12 gloves. Some of them were right-handed, some of them were left-handed, and there were a total of 12 of them. Okay? Now the total cost we had was $528. Now, we know that right-handed gloves cost $48. So it's $48 for each right-handed glove plus $36 for each left-handed glove. So 36 for each left-handed. Let me clean that up a little bit. 36 for each left-handed equals a total of $528. Now we go back and pretty much deal with this problem the same way we did in the last two. Are the variables lined up under each other here? Yes. If you add down, does anything automatically cancel? No. So we need to make something cancel out. What cancels with a positive 48R? A negative 48R. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel out my r's by multiplying the top equation through by negative 48. All right, I'm just going to bring that top equation down below the bottom one here. So the new top equation is going to be negative 48R minus 48L. And then negative 48 times 12, that's negative 576. Okay? Now I'm just going to go ahead and add these two equations down now. Okay, so here the r's cancel. 36 minus 48, that's negative 12, so we have negative 12L. And 528 minus 576, that's negative 48. Solve for L by dividing by negative 12 on both sides. And we get that L equals 4. So, since we know that there are 4 left-handed gloves, and there's a total of 12 gloves, how many right-handed did there have to be? 8. Alright, so we sold 8 right-handed gloves and 4 left-handed gloves. Alright, hope that was helpful for you, helpful to you, and good luck studying for the final.